Mandinaring. Mandinaring is found by a big Marabu called Moriba Sise. He came here. He was the one who joined with others to fight this paganism until they all come to become Muslim. So being the case, if such a project comes to Mandinaring, which is Islam, and of course a boarding school whereby education free, and then most of the food free and other utensils are all free. So it's a wonderful thing which only Almighty God knows the depth of my happiness.
Women folk from within the district, on the other hand, rejoice, for a great blessing is about to descend on their offsprings. They describe Jabi, who hail from Nyanija in the Central River region, but resident in Sukta Medina, as a true son of the land. Mohamed Jabi on this day also slaughtered a bull for the community in appreciation of their cooperation. The day was an eventful one. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
Well, time now to take your first break. We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia.
Think Universal Properties. Universal Properties is the leading real estate developing agent in the Gambia. Universal Properties prides itself with experience in the property business. Our properties are well located in areas such as Brufut, Sukuta, Lamin Kerawan and Tanje, close to the Camel Safari and opposite the river. The properties have all access to good road networks, electricity supply and water. Our payment terms are flexible and prices affordable.
This is Universal Properties. We urge all Gambians to come on board. We are reliable, reasonable and cheap because we want to make home affordable to every Gambian.
Visit Universal Properties today on FIB building along the Keraba Avenue. Universal Properties, the most experienced real estate company in the Gambia.
QCell's 4G internet service is the Gambia's fastest and cheapest 4G fixed wireless internet. With QCell's 4G, you can access the internet at unbeatable speeds on your laptop or desktop computer. You can also use your mobile or tablet to browse the internet via Wi-Fi. QCell's 4G internet can keep you connected either in your home or in your office. For a limited time, get 50% off regular equipment and 100% off corporate equipment, as well as free installation and free QCell credit. For more information, call 333-3253 or 333-3104. QCell 4G Internet. Fast, affordable and reliable. QCell. Sunibus, the Gambia's quality network.
Breaking news under the chief patronage of His Excellency, the Professor Dr. Al-Hadi Yahya AJJ Jammeh. Gamtel Gamsel Staff Association is back again. New Year's put a different new style in the building. The grand launching of Papa Chon, the long-awaited album Agogo, is live in the Gambia. Friday the 21st of February 2014. Gala dinner with difference at Benjamin Hall, Paradise Suite Hotel. John Balagosek, the now rising star Wali Balagosek, Jeliba Kwaite and the Kumare Band. Gala dinner, platinum tables 60,000, diamond 50,000, gold tables 40,000, individuals 1,500. Saturday, 22nd February, mega show live at the Independence Stadium. First of its kind in the Gambia. Mr. Kolo Kolo Kolo, Mr. Choco Choco Baby, Mr. Sekam Sekam, Naubi Dada. Flavor out of Nigeria for the first time touching down the Gambia. Get ready for this big event. Artists in the building, Jalex, Mighty Joe, Balaransa, Humanity Stars, Nuva, T-Smalls, MLK, Broke. Tickets, $300 is flat, VIP, $700 is Sunday 23rd February 2014. Kids Carnival at Benjamin Hall, Paradise Suite Hotel. It's just $300 is flat. Proudly sponsored by two telecommunication giants. Gamtel, 11 years on the road.
Welcome back. In Venezuela, opposition leader Leopoldo Lopez has handed himself in following a warrant calling for his arrest. President Nicolas Maduro has accused the opposition of plotting to overthrow the government following days of demonstrations in the capital, Caracas, which left at least one person dead. As we hear in this report, President Maduro has called on his supporters to turn out for a rival demonstration and has expelled 2 U.S. diplomats.
The fundamental idea of Mr. Lopez is not just to demonstrate his democratic rights, but also that there be due process, a trial with full guarantees.
Outside the courthouse, hundreds of people demonstrated against the arrest of Lopez. They say Nicolas Maduro has plunged the country into economic disaster and want his resignation.
We are unarmed. We are opposed to this disaster, but we aren't armed. What we do have is heart and soul to fight for our country.
On Tuesday, a 22-year-old local beauty queen who was demonstrating against the regime was shot in the head and died. She is the 4th victim of this current crisis, the most serious since the contested election of Maduro last year.
The death toll in the Ukrainian capital continues to rise as police and demonstrators clash for a second night, leaving 25 people dead. Both the opposition and the government accuse each other of starting the violence, which broke out at the main protest site, which has been occupied for almost 3 months. Ukraine is at the center of a tussle between opposition aided and abetted by the West and the government of President Yanukovych, supported by Russia.
Fighting broke out in Kiev on Thursday, just hours after the Ukrainian president called a truce. Protesters pressed ahead, meeting fire from riot police, and retook control of Independence Square. The number of fatalities continues to mount. As many as 25 civilians were killed in Thursday's clashes. The government says that scores of police have been wounded. Since Tuesday, the death toll has risen to at least 50 civilians and 12 police officers.
I was standing next to a guy at the barricades. Someone fired from the Ukraina hotel and he fell down. His chest was covered in blood. We were evacuated and he was still breathing. He said, "Brothers, I don't want to die." 30 seconds later, he was dead.
The bloodshed this week in Ukraine's capital is the worst seen in the country's 22 years of independence. Emergency medical services have been set up in hotels off Independence Square. Medics say that many of the dead were killed by snipers.
The ones who are lucky through limbs, who are not lungs and heart, and they are unfortunately, we cannot help in these conditions here to these people, unfortunately.
Government buildings have been evacuated, yet the impression is that neither the government nor the opposition is in control of the situation.
I would be very frank that the government doesn't control the riot police, and it's very difficult for the opposition to control Maidan, and there are a number of